Hi everyone, it's Joe. Welcome back to the Ramble. It is 11:17 p.m. EST on Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026. First things first, apologies for this being so late. I meant to do this slightly earlier, and then my ear started bleeding. So I had to deal with that, and then I dealt with it, and I've just been kind of zoned out for the past half an hour. So yeah, that was fun. Although I do feel obligated to warn you all, I have a sneaking suspicion things may take a dark turn towards the end, as they have recently. So if you wish to avoid said dark turn, when that comes, feel free to just click off. Completely fair, completely understanding. Anywho, let us kick things off. First things first, last night after the ramble, I played Tyranny for multiple hours and I finished it. So that's 2 games I finished relatively recently, which is, currently a speed I don't typically finish video games at. So go me. First Esoteric Ebb, now Tyranny. I kind of want to go to another CRPG, but I'm not entirely sure. I might start an Otome game. Once again, I don't know. I still gotta watch more Banana Fish. Maybe I'll dive in and binge some of that instead. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Okay, is my ear just feels funky. Okay, I don't think it's bleeding anymore. And I had my cardigan on with the frogs and the mushrooms and whatnot while it was bleeding. Thank God I didn't get any blood on it. It was panic mode. I had my head to. Oh wait, no, I'm still supposed to be talking about last night. Yeah, I played Tyranny and I finished it, and I got 4 of the endings because I kept reloading. Very good game. And then I went to bed at 3 in the morning. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go back to the ear thing really quick. So yeah, I had my cardigan on, and my ear was bleeding, and I couldn't see where it was bleeding. There was blood on my head, and so I had to clean that. And then I had to, speed take off the buttons of the cardigan, unbutton, while tilting my head to the side to avoid getting blood anywhere on it. I had to, throw it off really quick. It's terrifying. I hated it. Okay, back to things in order. Okay, oh yeah, okay. So I finished Tyranny. I got 4 of the endings. Very good game, very good time. I went to bed at 3 in the morning. I woke up today, and I got out of bed at got out of bed, got dressed, hopped on my chair about 10:50. And drove down to campus for the first time for my Monday, Wednesday, Friday class in a hot minute. So I went there in person, and we discussed the practice finals in preparation for the final on next Friday. Afterwards, I went and had lunch. I had a meatball sub, which, as you all may or may not know, I love meatball subs. I don't know why. They're so simple. Yeah, it's so perfect. They're not my favorite food. They're great. So yeah, I had one of those, and then I went and played Uno with Nick for a little bit, and then we had lab, where we the TA just walked us through a thing. There was no thinking involved. He gave us all the answers. I got 100%. It was great. So then I went and got some dinner. I had wings, and after dinner, I came back here, and I worked on my slides for the presentation tomorrow on Earth history. Then at about 6:30, we had a meeting with me and my science group to discuss the presentation. Turns out that there was a miscommunication between 2 of us and one other guy. Sorry, I thought I heard a really odd noise. So originally what the plan was, we're talking about the formation of the moon. I was going to talk about one theory about how it could have possibly formed, and then we were going to say, though actually the main theory is another theory, and then that was going to be the main talking point of our presentation. So the third guy in our group, he was supposed to present 2 of the 3 pieces of evidence for the heavy impact theory, or the giant impact theory, of the formation of the moon. What he actually did was make 2 more slides discussing 2 other theories about how the moon possibly formed, which made me have to reshape my slide, and we changed our thesis statement And he's given no indication that he's acknowledged that he misunderstood the assignment. And also, he wasn't even there for the meeting that we had, or the call that we had, because, and I quote, his phone was dead. Why he couldn't just get on his PC or his laptop, I don't know. I don't know. I don't like working with people. I mean, I like working with people sometimes if the people I like. And I mean, these people are okay, but like their attendance is so shoddy, both in class and in these meetings. And so it's just obnoxious. I'm so glad tomorrow is the last day of Earth history. Thank God. I'm sick of people. So, okay. I bounced around a bit. We had our phone call, and then I worked on my portion of the slides again, and I went ahead and turned it in because I was told that I could by the other member of the group who was on the call. If anybody feels the need to resubmit, they can resubmit. So afterwards, I was browsing Twitter, and I found out, this is like the coolest thing ever, Epic the Musical, which, as you all know, is like my favorite musical thing ever, both in terms of musicals and just music. I love The Odyssey, and I think all the songs from this are like fantastic. Epic the Musical is being turned into an animated movie, courtesy of this guy, Jerry Bruckheimer. I may have the name wrong, but he did Pirates of the Caribbean, he did Top Gun, he did Bad Boys, he did Beverly Hills Cop. So like big profile dude is turning Epic Musical into an animated movie, which is super cool. I'm very, very excited for that. I would like to say now I have to live until that comes out, but we all know my emotions and feelings are not that simple. So I would like to make it to that. Ooh, me and my bestie could go do that. I don't know when that's coming out. It could be a while from now, which, if it is, we could go do that. Oh, seeing that with her would be, like, amazing. Oh, that would be, like, the best day ever. Can I get my hopes up, though? Anywho, let's see. After that, after learning that information, I was watching some YouTube, and I was gonna... I got really comfy, and I was going to ramble, and then my ears started bleeding. And now you're all caught up on stuff that's happened today before we get serious and whatnot, because we got to save that till the end. So, now on to that stuff. If you're not into the serious, not-so-happy stuff, feel free to leave now, which is completely fair, completely understandable. So first things first... I was checking YouTube Studio, checking analytics. We hit 29 subscribers, which is one away from the big 30. It's crazy. I've gone up by 3 or 4 subs in the past 2 days, which is insane to me. And I'm very, very appreciative of that. We've had 60 views in the past 40 hours, which is nuts. Now, I know you're sitting there thinking, Joe, I thought you said this was going to be a super serious, unfun, not happy time. Well, we're getting there. Just okay, I said this yesterday, and if I'm mistaken, I'm very sorry, and I feel very bad that I misinterpreted the situation. It would seem to me that this has all come about due to the ramble I released 2 days ago about me wanting to hurt myself, and if that is where you all have come from, I'm very sorry that that's how you have found out about me. I know I said this yesterday too, so I don't want to just rehash everything I said, but I hope you stick around for more positive reasons, and didn't just subscribe out of pity or fear or sadness, or maybe you just want to watch a train wreck unfold, which is completely understandable, and I'm not going to judge you for that either. Just I hope it's for something other than, oh, I feel bad for this person. Well, if that sounds really rude, I'm really sorry. That's not my intention at all. I'm just very skeptical of most things, people, and everything on this planet, myself included. Okay, so now that we've gotten the fun bit out of... Oh, also, I received another comment of somebody asking me to please not hurt myself, so I appreciate this support. And as I told them, and I will tell you, I'm trying my best. I have not done anything. I don't know if I will do anything. The urges aren't completely gone. I mean, they're nowhere near as bad as they were the other day, but they've been here the entire time. I appreciate the support to all of this. Especially because, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, you all, not all of you, but, well, okay, by technicality, you all are strangers to me. There are some of you that I know because you've been around for a bit. I don't know if any of you have been the recent news or whatever, but like there's a handful of people that I would just know if I see comments from them pop up. And I think that my bestie listens to these or something, so maybe she's heard something. I know her, but it's like the majority of you are people that I don't know. You're all being very, very supportive, and I am very, very appreciative that a bunch of people that don't know me, that I don't know, are this concerned about my well-being and are being this supportive and looking out for me. At the same time, I feel really bad, and I'm really sorry to anybody and everyone who has been concerned about me or worried about me in any way at all. Not saying I'm not appreciative. I'm very, very appreciative. I'm very, very grateful, because there are some people who are struggling far worse than I that have nobody. And I have people. I mean, I have you all. But there are people who have nobody, and I don't know. I feel bad because, like I said, I'm very appreciative, but I'm also very sorry that you all have to worry about me and stress about me, and I'm sorry that if this is your introduction to me, I'm sorry that this was the introduction and it wasn't something more positive, and I'm sorry that I've made you worry or stress or be upset or sad or feel things that you didn't want to feel. And I'm sorry that you have had to just be concerned about someone like me when I don't think I am worthy of your concern or worry or support or any of that. I'm sorry that I can't just magically be better for all of you, and that I can't just be happy and positive all the time, and that I am 9 times out of 10 an emotional mess. Even when the emotions aren't flowing internally, I can just feel it, like that I'm all over the place, and that I'm constantly sad, and happiness that I have doesn't last very long. And I'm sorry that I can't just be happy and excited constantly. I wish that I could. In fact, there was a time in my life where I thought that would be me all the time. I was never sad. I was always happy, and I was always excited to be places, and I was kind. Well, I'm not saying I'm not kind now, but I was like happy and kind and nice to everybody, and I was so excited. And then one day, like, something just switched inside of me, and suddenly it was just like, okay, I'm sad now. I don't like people. I'm anxious all the time, and I'm paranoid, and I'm depressed, and recently it's just been really bad. And I'm sorry that you all have to put up with that, because I feel like I am a burden on anybody who has to be concerned about me in any way, shape, or form, which is part of the reason why I don't ever talk about this to people that, like, I interact with on, like, a daily basis, because I feel bad that they would have to worry about me. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying, well, I'm not going to burden them, so I'm going to burden you all instead, just because I feel awful for concerning you all and burdening you all with my problems, when in reality I'm sure you have more important things that you could be worried about or stressing over. I guess I just talk to you all instead, because there's less pressure. There are 29 of you, hypothetically. If every one of you watched this one, there are 29 of you that I don't know, and well, hypothetically I don't know, and it's like, okay, that's not as stressful. It's like, this is 29 people that and even if none of you see this, and it's all just a bunch of random people, it's like, okay, I don't have to burden the people that I interact with that could have immediate effects on me if they were to find these things out. Instead, it's just out there in the open, and there's a chance that nobody sees it, and it's just out there in the void, and it's okay, because if nobody sees it, then it won't burden anybody. Well, I know you're thinking, Joe, if you don't want anybody to see it, just make it private. Well, part of, and I've said this before, part of this is for archival purposes, and, also part of it, puts these things as public, that way, if anybody does see it, and they feel something similar, or they want to share emotions or whatever, I'm happy that I got to contribute in some way, shape, or form, but at the same time, I'm very sorry that if I have caused you any sort of emotional stress over the past couple days, or made you worry about me, or something, because I don't think I am worthy or deserve it, and I know there are people far more needing of it than I, but all the same, I'm very, very thankful, and I'm very grateful that I am the one that is getting it. I'm sorry, I know I'm kind of going all over the place here, and I'm not very good at talking about stuff like this, because I don't know how to do it. I don't do it very often. The most I do it is with you all. And my therapist, I guess. I suppose the person I do it the most with is my bestie, but for obvious reasons, that's not a thing that can happen right now. And I guess in that regard, bestie, I'm sorry. I don't know if you're hearing this, but I'm sorry that I dumped all this on you. I feel really bad. But you knew this because we talked about it before, and you've always reassured me about it, but still, I'm sorry to you. I'm sorry to everybody here that has been emotionally affected or distressed by me in any sort of way that they didn't want to be, or negative, or if I've caused any kind of problems. I know I've just said this over and over and over again, so apologies for the repeats and the constant apologies. I don't know, I just don't know what to say. Other than thank you, and I'm very appreciative, but at the same time, I can't just shove away the worry and the negative emotions too about burdening and bothering people. Somebody right now is watching yesterday's ramble. That's exciting. Well, I don't know about right now, but the real time 60 with view within the last hour got updated by 1 or 2 views, I think. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. No promises that I will be better tomorrow. I'm obviously gonna try. I try to improve, just by a little bit day at a time at this point. But I can't, promise I'll be back to my not constantly mega depressed self. But I don't know. I guess stick with me if you want. I'd be appreciative, but also, sorry, I don't know where I was going with that. I'm saying I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm not completely and totally better by tomorrow, or by Friday, or even by the weekend. I'm hoping that I'll be back to normal soon. Maybe it'll happen tomorrow. Maybe it'll happen 10 minutes from now. Who knows? But I guess if it doesn't happen right away, I appreciate any of you that did stick with me and try to see to the end of this. And I guess I hope you enjoy the content. I don't know. I feel I don't know. It feels kind of random to say it out of the blue, but I guess with the influx of people, and by influx I mean 3 people, which is still a lot. I don't know. Okay, I'm going in circles. I'm sorry. Like I said, I hope I'm better sooner rather than later. And apologies if I'm not. I hope that even if I'm not, this is. I guess you'll check in. Anyway. As I was saying, I'm going to wrap it up here because I've just been going in circles. So, if you liked what you're listening to, hit like, leave feedback in the comments below, subscribe, and turn on post notifications to stay up to date on things I post. Follow me on Twitter if you feel so inclined to do so. Link for that's in the description below. And as always, don't forget, wish point means the world to me. I love you all, and most importantly, I miss my bestie more than anyone else and anything else in the entire world. I can't wait until I get to talk to her again and hang out with her. And, I know, go see the Epic the Musical thing, the movie, whenever that's coming out. I don't even think that's been I literally think they've got a dude for it, but other than that, I don't think anything. So I imagine it's years out. So hopefully by the time it's out, I'll be able to see it with her, because that would be the greatest thing ever. And hey, if I ever get to do that, you best believe there'll be a ramble on it. But bestie, I miss you and I love you, and I hope that if you're hearing this, you know that there are apparently other people who, for some reason, are concerned about me, and maybe that helps lighten the load a little bit for you. Because even if I tell you not to worry, I'm gonna guess you're doing it anyway. But I'll be back tomorrow with another ramble. Until then, bye. Oh, where's the button? There's the button. Bye.